bonjour.
Bonjour.
Thought, we're drinking Prosecco. I was going to try and be all like continental, just drinking like some fizz. But
yeah.
It's ciao, isn't it? Is it
Ciao.
ciao that they say?
Ciao.
Buongiorno in Italian. Anyway, hello everybody. Welcome.
Toot to the fruit. Whatever. Yes, welcome to another episode of We've Got This Maybe.
The podcast.
Welcome. How you doing?
Made a slurp. Yeah. Glad it's nearly the weekend, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's been hot there, hasn't it?
It is. And
it's been hot.
And we are well into now, like, summer holiday prep, all of
the anxiety.
All of that stuff.
Yeah. Yes, not going to lie. This is my first one, so I'm pretty anxious. I'm not going to lie. But, we'll get through it. I might, not have a limb by September because I've eaten my arm off, but, we'll see.
But that,
paranoia and anxiety.
But that, in a strange way, does lead us slightly, I guess.
You segueing this from
slightly into the conversation that we're having today. So there's that whole thing about spring cleaning, right?
Right. Okay, I'm with you.
You're with me, you're on my train.
Effort.
And
yes.
we've, potentially got some time now over the summer holidays between holiday club
where your mind's going with this.
Fun club over there. Is there some sorting out that we need to do in our house?
God, yes.
Like what sort of like storage person are you? Are you like organised, label machine, everything boxed, clear, see-through, see everything, all of that? Or are you shove in, shut the door, forget?
So in my head, I'm very organised. But in reality, there's a lot of doors which I'm scared to open.
Fine, okay. Tell me then, kick us off. What is like one cupboard room place in your house where you literally haven't gone in for so long because it's just full of like rubbish?
Oh, there's too many of them. I think the problem I've got, well, it's not the problem. I stay in this room. I literally hide in this room because this is the only room that I've organised to the point that I'm pleasantly comfortable here. Whereas all the other, I'm sure your boys' rooms are the same, but particularly our boys, George and Maxwell, bless them, considering they're like, they're here for weekends. My God, the stuff that those boys can leave in their room, I'm like, that's quite impressive, really.
Oh, I don't feel we're at that stage yet because ours don't really play in their rooms now.
Yes.
Whereas me, so I have a cupboard in our kitchen. Bear in mind, we have changed our kitchen, right? The contents of the cupboard remained, right? That we moved into our house and there was loads of stuff that came with us and I just shoved it in this cupboard in the kitchen. Not kitchen cupboard sort of stuff, just bits and bobs. Still there to this day because that's now where it lives. Don't know what's in it. I've probably tried to reorganise it a few times, but that is now its home for life.
So so that I totally have a couple of them on each floor, but I don't know if you get the same. But when I'm feeling really anxious or overwhelmed or stressed, that's where I go.
To the cupboard?
To the chaos cupboard.
Right.
Because what I try and do is control the chaos. I get everything out. And then I'm like, right, I'll try and organise it. And yes, you can go and you can go there. And Lawrence, we're going to put this here now, okay? But then I end up kind of going, and we need boxes, we need labels. And then I'm like, I can't be bothered to get the boxes and labels. Oh, well, okay, fine. Just put it all back in. I'll do it another time.
Literally, I almost like unpack it and then repack it almost in exactly the same way. And then I've got my like channeling like Stacey Solomon on that love it or leave it, whatever.
I love that show.
So I've got my piles. I've pulled out the tits cupboard. Right, and I've got my piles. I'm like, I'm going to go all in. Right, and I've got like one thing in took cupboard. The to go away. The to go. I've got my to go, my maybe, and definitely keep, and everything's like in the like definitely keep pile. And I really struggle with it. But same as you, like I can sometimes be in that mood where I'm like, it's all got to go. All got to go.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, there's a certain week of the month where everything is just gone. I've had enough. We're going to live as minimalists. That's it. we don't need all this. Who are we to have all these things? And then sometimes I'm like, no, that was 6 years ago when we had that one takeaway menu, and it was so funny because we made that joke about it.
Oh my God, that literally. So I remember, like, did you ever, like, with friends or like boyfriends or anything, like, have a box?
The box,
yeah, like, a box.
We still have a box.
You're in Norwich.
We're now on to 3. Yeah,
of like your ticket stubs and like your festival wristband, your photo booth thing. Like, I probably have boxes of those from like boyfriends gone by.
And you've still got them.
Probably somewhere.
So this is really interesting, because this is where we were talking sort of briefly about this, about what have you got that you should be letting go of, but you haven't or you won't?
I find it really hard to throw things away.
And what's the reason behind that? Is there a certain feeling, or is it like the sentimentality of them, or just, oh, well, I'll use that sometime?
Part of that, in like, so sentimental things, I'm like, oh, one day I'll look back at this. And I don't know about you, like, drifting off very slightly, but we'll come back, like, kids' artwork that they bring home from school. Some of it pop up on the wall, great. If there is a level of skill to it, can make out what the picture is.
Yeah.
Like, key moment, I'll keep it. The rest of it out the bag in the bin straight, right?
Yeah.
But there's some stuff where I'm like, oh, like, that's so sweet, I want to keep that. And then the other stuff is, oh, it's too good to throw away. It's such a waste. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, and I hate being wasteful. So I had about maybe 10 years ago now, a friend, we had like a Christmas dinner, like a friend's Christmas dinner, and she bought us all these stubby wine glasses with like our names, like cricket cup thing on, like, those decals or whatever.
Yeah.
And at the time, loved it. Like, absolutely loved it. Like, me and all my friends posing with our like wine glass with our names on it.
Yeah.
I couldn't get rid of it. And I then had, like, all these years on, this like glass cupboard with all these like regular nice like long stem like wine glasses and flutes in it, and this one like stubby wine glass with my name written on it, and I just couldn't get rid of it. And I thought, well, that's a shame, somebody spent money on that.
So this is where it kind of there's a guilt to it.
Yeah,
so
huge.
And this is where hoarding, I think, is slightly different in some ways. So when you've been gifted something from someone, but it just doesn't do what it needs to do anymore, or you don't use it anymore, the guilt, oh my God. And you're like, where can I, and you're like looking around the room going, where can I, where do I put it?
And then that person turns up and goes, oh, have you still got that I gave you? And you're like, oh, I can't think what I've done with it.
Or people go, you've still got that? Like, I got rid of mine ages ago. And you're like, oh, like, I love it.
It's awful. And then, like, so it's the wasteful thing. It's the, we might use that. And I'm a repurposer and a reuser.
Yeah.
Like, we have got like random like storage buckets, storage boxes everywhere. And some of them I probably had as a child that my mum had hoarded from like herself growing up. So they've come through like the generations.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I need a bucket at some point. And my favourite thing is, Rory might be tidying something out. Prime example, he'd done this the other day. He was sorting something out. He's like, I really need like a small, box or a basket. And I was like, I think I've got one of those. Give me a moment.
I've got it.
I know. But then I do that really like passag thing of being like, this basket you wanted me to throw away. Like, this said basket here that you were moaning at me about 3 weeks ago because I'd left it out or it was taking up room in the cupboard. And you want to use this now? Please be my guest. And Do you know what? But it's so true because I'm like, see, I knew I was right to keep it.
And you're like, yes, one for the hoarding team.
But don't you love that when something then becomes useful again?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's the best feeling in the world, isn't it?
I've got so many of those things.
Yeah, I mean, I get that with, when I'm buying, when you're trying to be all like snazzy with your dinner party style dinners and you buy that one little herb that you need like a teaspoon of, and it's like a massive, and you're like, I've just spent £2.13 in Waitrose on that. I'm not getting rid of it. And then when you find a recipe and you're like, yes, I can use it.
Whereas me, I'll be like, cloves and everything. Cloves and everything.
You're literally making everything. I like that.
A spag bowl. You could do with some cloves.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Let's work it. Let's make our Heston magic.
And ginger with your porridge, of course. Whatever's angry.
I will a taste sensation.
I would always find a use, and I like. So in our kitchen, above our kitchen like cupboards is like some like free space, and I have got so many like of those like fridge buckets or those. The things that hold cans.
Yes,
like extendable under the sink things. Like when I've gone through like a few like iterations of like which one I want, I just store them up there, and then often I will then find a totally new use for them. So I needed a shelf for something the other day or something like that, and I thought, where have I got something which is just like a piece of plastic? And I thought, aha! I had this shelf that lived under the sink that had poles in it, and the poles came out. So I found this thing off the top of the cupboard, and then I essentially just used the plastic shelf on this under the sink thing for something totally different. And I was like, I'm so glad I didn't throw that away.
I love that. So, okay, let's change the angle slightly then, because this sounds like you're being quite useful with some of the hoardingness that you do have.
Yeah.
So what about things that you don't use anymore?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, but I really can't let go of it, even though it's something that you don't use, you don't need, it's not part of your decor, the kids don't. Do you know what I mean? Is there anything that you've got that just sits there?
So when I did go through phase, so when we moved from one place to the other place, like you come with all your stuff, don't you?
Yeah.
You try and make it work. So I had, like candles everywhere, plant pots everywhere, stuff that didn't work. And I was like, oh no, we just need to keep it. It looks great. It looks great. Like Rory literally came in, like sweeped it all up, and like chuck the Rory Hoover, literally, because he is like total minimalist. Like we are chalk and cheese like that. He would have nothing, and I would have everything. And I think that balances us out because I have got better. But I've got stuff like, a sewing machine that I've probably used once in the last 10 years. But when I used it, it was so useful. So why am I going to throw it away? Because if I ever need to sew something, I'll probably just end up buying a new sewing machine, and that's pointless.
Oh, this is the thing I get with Lawrence all the time. It's like, look, if we're going to get rid of it, we'll get rid of it, and we'll just have to buy a new one. We're just going to suck it up. We're just going to have to do it.
Yeah.
Because right now, I don't need a sewing machine or whatever it is, We'll just get rid of it because we never use it. And if we end up having to need one, there'll be some technological advance where, we'll get a better one.
But that is a really good point, though, is that the stuff that you're holding on to, like, it probably is now encompassed in another kitchen appliance that you have. So I've got like a veg steamer. Like I haven't used a veg steamer in ages, but it's one of those things. It's like don't want to get rid of it, but don't use it. And it does take up a lot of room, which is like really annoying. Tupperware is another one. I don't know about you, but my Tupperware cupboard,
it's unruly.
Oh God. But we also eat a lot of our meals out of Tupperware. So I feel like my Tupperware cupboard should be my main, like...
It should be beautiful.
And it should be like where I should swap my plates in my Tupperware cupboard around because my Tupperware gets the most use, but the least love.
So I like where you've observed that. That seems like a psychological breakthrough.
It's like that Jenga of like when you're trying to like put the lids in, put the pots together, get one out, find the lid.
Okay, so are you someone who builds them with lids on, or do you have lids and things separate?
lids and things separate. And I do reorganise the Tupperware cupboard frequently to restack them with their brothers and sisters, because you've got like different
like family,
different types of Tupperware, and some of them nest into each other, so that lasts until one dishwasher load later, and they're all out soon because I can't do it. But Tupperware I really struggle to throw away. And whenever we get a takeaway, you know how sometimes you get like your typical plastic takeaway pots.
Yeah.
They're great for like reusing, but then you get like the little sauce pots. And I'm like,
yeah.
that's really good. I could use that for something else. That would be great for this. That would be great for that.
Yeah. And I find that some of them, you know, when you get the thicker Tupperware, like
the high grade.
Yeah. I'm like, that could even go in the dishwasher.
Yeah. But I know where I've got this from, because in my mum's kitchen, if like a month or so ago, she was telling me that she has got, I don't know, a mixer or a bread maker, something like that she had been given when she was in her mid-20s, something like that. And she's just gone 60 now. And it's like, does it even work?
Does it take too much power?
Like, what on earth? Like, is that going to cause a fire? Like, but you just can't get rid of it.
It's really, honestly, these things to me are really powerful conversations, because there are certain things where it is sentimental and there's something about, why can't I just get rid of it? What is it that I'm hanging on to? And it's really, so we've had some curtains in our kitchen ever since we moved here. A bit like you say, when you bring them from somewhere else. So these curtains, I know it sounds daft, but these curtains were very sentimental to me, because my parents, I'm very, very fortunate, my mum and dad have a place abroad, and these curtains were from my first bedroom abroad. Cool. And they hold such kind of memories, because we no longer have that place. So again, it's that whole thing of sort of, these curtains have traveled with me, you know, since then. And I blatantly knew they didn't fit that kitchen, but I wanted them up. I wanted them there. And it literally took me till probably last week when I said to Lawrence, and he couldn't believe it when I said it, I said, I think I'm ready to let go.
The memories, though, isn't it?
And that's the thing. It's sort of how, I can't psychoanalyze it to the point of why I'm ready now, but I am. And it's, you know, that hoarding thing of like, when are we ready to let go, and what helps us let go? You know, I don't want to go too deep with this.
Yeah, but it's how you suddenly just get that overwhelming thing to just like go and like get gone and just put it in the bin. But then actually you don't think about it again. And that's the thing that I find is, it takes me so long to get rid of stuff, and then when I get rid of it, I don't ever think about it ever again. And one thing that I find funny is, like, my mum held on to like quite a lot of toys and stuff, I guess, from when we were kids, and now like they're coming into their own, because like my kids play with them, and that's like so sweet, because nice. Toys like live on, and they might just like be reskinned or like change a little bit, but the concept of them is the same, like toy cars, Lego, Meccano, all the stuff like that. Like the kids love it. But she also held on to like all of the cuddly toys, and she's held on to them for so long now, and she often says to me, should I take these to the charity now? Like the boys obviously aren't interested in them. Like, do you want me to take them away? And I'm like, well, no now. You've literally held on to so long that, you know, some of these like really sweet, like old rag dolls and stuff like that, really sweet. And I'm like, you know, like when my kids have kids, maybe they'll like them. And we have, and the boys have maybe 2 or 3 of the teddies that I had when I was little. Yeah. And they also have a teddy from when Rory was little as well. And I'm like, oh, that sort of stuff. Like, why now? Like, what is it doing? Like, just leave it. We've had it.
And that's the thing, is whether the physical thing is holding the memories. You know, in my head, that physical thing is holding memories because it's a trigger that helps me remember. So one of the, you know, Lawrence has said, you know, very sadly, he lost his mum when he was 14. And one of the things he says often is that he feels so sad that he can't remember his mum's voice anymore. And there's certain things that we have of hers, which weirdly, like he says, brings back a smell. Yeah. Or a memory where, you know, if he's just seeing it, he can kind of remind himself. It's like you can pull it from the back of, you know, of your head, sort of in that memory bank. So there's kind of like a fear, I guess, that's hooked into this whole thing where, you know, these things that we possess, and I don't think it's more. I mean, I know that you were saying about the money, about making sure we get like the best use out of things, but I think it's more of a sentimental thing, really.
Yeah, and I think like, are you one of these sort of people that like holds on to cards?
Oh, do you know what? Like literally behind us here, you can see some cards behind us.
Birthday 2 months ago.
Yeah, literally. It's like I'm dreadful. I feel so guilty.
But will you keep them though?
So I will have a hard time. It will be very, very difficult. I will let go of them. I will throw them away. But half of me is tempted to take photos of them and the message inside. Because these days, if you think of all the different ways that you can message someone on their birthday and things like that, the fact that people are still choosing to go out and spend money on a piece of like a card and a stamp, and how expensive are stamps these days?
Yeah, and I would agree. Like core cards, I will keep. So especially now, like the kids will like write their own names and stuff like that. And actually, I feel like that for them is a memory because different ages, different stages, like the quality of their writing and stuff like that. But like I've probably got a lot of cards saved from like years ago that if I looked at them, it would literally just say to Erin from blah, like a nothing card. But now I'm quite like relentless. But I know people, who have sadly like lost relatives or whatever, and now like they're using the handwriting within the card to make a necklace with the handwriting on. And I often think like, God forbid anything awful happened, like do I have anything with this person's writing on? Like even stuff like that. And that I can understand why people are, not wanting to get rid of stuff.
Completely. This is one that, again, going back to Lawrence and his mum, one of the things that he feels really sad about, because he was 14. You don't think you were
and a
14,
boy as well.
And a boy. Like he didn't think, he was so overwhelmed with his mum, and bless her, she passed of cancer. So, there was an illness there as well that he had to, obviously go through that journey with his mum. So you're not thinking straight. You're not thinking about post. You're thinking about then, and what's happening. And he's barely got a thing of his mum's, and that's one of the things he really, really regrets. And funny enough, with you saying about the cards and about people sending them into necklaces, so he has, and the weird thing is, it's not his mum's. It's cards to his mum when his mum was 3. He's got 3 cards from people he doesn't even know, and it's just part of this box that he got given of memories from his mum. And these 3 cards are from people he doesn't know, but the fact that it says, to his mum's name, like, hope you have a wonderful day, and it's all like, it's making her more human to him. And he can't let go of them. And I absolutely don't want him to either. It's an important
it's a card,
thing.
like what? Yeah,
exactly. What is it going to do? But that's where, again, like you're saying about having sort of, the cards that say to and from. Fine, yes, you're right. But then there's those cards that have got those incredibly powerful messages in, whether it's from Sophia or whether it's from the boys or something where you're just like, oh, but I'd love to look back at that.
And you just touched on, I know we're going a little bit off course here, but it's somewhat related. Like, I don't feel like I have many, if any, like good quality photos of like me and the children, because like one, I'm not hugely into taking photos anyway, because I've never really been one of those people that like walks around an event with my phone. I do just leave it on the side, and I always look back after and think, oh God, I wish I got a photo of that. But I don't ever feel like people like really take photos of me and my kids. And if I'm taking photos, it's because I'm taking them of others. So, it's like a typical thing you see on socials all the time at the moment of like, oh, all these beautiful photos of my husband with like our children looking lovely, and there's a photo of like me in a selfie with a towel or something, look like a frog, like with my kids, or with a Snapchat filter on or something like that. And I think like months and months and months can go by, and there's probably no evidence that I've existed in my kids' lives, and that does worry me. But then I think when we were kids, we had, Kodak, like all of those sort of cameras, and you would just get a snapshot here and there. Like, it's weird, isn't it?
I'm really driven by what you're just saying, because that's something I'm obsessed with photos and videos. And I think that's where, if I didn't do that, I would be a massive hoarder. So I've gone and thank God for digital photography and videography, because I am obsessed with taking videos and photos of events, of occasions, because I'm so scared of forgetting.
But when I go to my mum's house, right, she's got a cupboard. Oh, I'm sure they still have it now, or if not, those things have gone elsewhere. Of, you know, when you think about our whole lives, from probably like my parents were 4 children and us probably up to early teens, when I think about when digital photos started coming in,
Yeah,
you maybe got like 15 or 20 relatively thin photo albums, and that's it. But that's your life.
Yeah. No,
but that was the norm.
Yeah.
And that's what you keep. And now when I think, you know, like I could go on a night out, and if I was feeling snap happy, I could take tens and tens and tens of photos. Whereas like I, you know, can picture in my head these photo albums of like key things in like my parents' lives or our lives growing up, and it's a snapshot in time, and that's it. That's the photo you've got.
Yeah, it's so true. And this is, I'm really keen on getting more video footage than photography. I'm much more obsessed about, I'd rather press record for video and then snapshot, as in like, you know, in your phone, how you can kind of do a photo from a video. Because in my head, I want to see like more than just a snapshot of the moment. Like I want to see the moment. And again, maybe that's selfish. Who knows why I'm doing it? There must be some psychology behind it. You know, we'll get into that another day. But to me, I'm so scared. And it's not, I don't have like dementia or anything really in my family or anything that would mean memory loss. But to me, so I've had 2 breakdowns in my life. And the second one, I actually, off the back of it, have got short-term memory loss. So my memory loss has triggered me, I think, into being scared of the longer memory loss. So I'm so, literally the other day, this is no word of lie, Lawrence was going to get the bins. And Sophia went, Daddy, I'll come with you and help you. So I took a video of them walking off to go get the bins and for them coming up back to get the bins. Now, part of me was like, Vic, what on earth are you doing, you nutcase? But then actually I was like, no, because that's capturing a moment. You know, I'm like literally arguing with myself.
But then what are you doing with that? What are you doing with that moment?
Yeah, I'm keeping it,
storing it in the cloud and hoping it never disappears.
Yeah, that's it, exactly.
Because you don't get them printed. Then I know people that store in the cloud and get them printed or whatever. And I don't know about you, but I've sometimes like have lost photos before. And
the anxiety.
Yeah, but all stuff like that. But that's how I that's how I sometimes feel about other things. I'm laughing, so I'm just thinking in my head. I don't know if you've ever done it, but sometimes I keep like items of clothes that I like. I'm like, oh, I'd love to fit into this again one day, or something. You're keeping it for no reason. Like I keep like all of these clothes and these work shoes I used to wear, thinking my foot doesn't even fit in that anymore, but I can't bear to part with it. Like, I don't know why.
And that's it. Why? That's the interesting thing for me. So Lawrence has got a very similar thing. He's got his wish pile. So he's got a pile of clothes that is his wish pile, which has all the clothes in that he's grown out of and he can't get back in. And one day he wants to get back into them. Now, I'm very much the opposite. Literally, if I see myself in a photo and I'm like, that's not flattering, off it goes. Like, I'm very flippant as well.
I can do that as well. Whereas if it was something that I liked, but I don't fit into it now, I will often just hold on to it in case.
Yeah, fair enough.
Just in case. But I'm again like quite bad with clothes. I find it very difficult to get rid of stuff because I don't wear something for ages and ages and ages, and then I live in it for 3 months.
It's funny when something comes back as well.
It literally comes back. I've got clothes now that I've probably had 15 years, and the cycle's doing what the cycle does, and it comes back round. I'm like, I'm so glad I held on to that.
Yeah, it's so interesting, isn't it, how that happens? Do you have anything in your wardrobe where you're like, I really need to get rid of that, but I just can't?
Loads. No, and I've got stuff as well. And it's not even just stuff that, oh, I love that clothes, or like that's a really sentimental item. I have got clothes that have got stains on them, which I still cannot start getting rid of. Like it's got threads. It's got stains. Like, saying this, right, Rory said this to me the other day. I was, like, putting away our laundry, and he was like, Erin, you've really got to throw away those pants. And I was like, they're my comfy pants. He's like, Erin, they're literally falling apart. Like, you know when you've got that, I was going to say lacy, and it sounds way more sexy than it really is. But like you know, that sort of material, and you know, it goes through the wash and it gets caught, and then it starts like looking at like little hairs coming out of your pants, basically. And he's like, Erin, literally, they're on their threads. And I was like, yeah, but they're comfy, and I haven't really found any others that I like, so I just keep them.
When you can't find anything else that works in that way.
What's the oldest pair of pants you've got in your drawer?
Now that's a question. If you'd asked me about, where are we now? 4 months ago, I could have told you a lot older, but I got rid of all my old knickers. They've all gone. I bought new ones, M&S. Thank you very much.
Why is that such a big thing, though?
It's seriously a huge thing.
Like, I honestly have pants in my drawer which are probably pushing 15 years.
I would have been with you. I had a pair of pants that I'd had at school that I was still wearing, honestly. And I got to that stage a bit like Rory's saying to you, and I'm like going, Vix, what are you doing? Well, you're never going to get anything. Why they're in your drawer?
Like, price per wear or price per use, right? We're probably on like 0.001p now. Like, seriously, you can get rid of them. And I think sometimes you do need to evaluate like price per wear and something like that when you're thinking about things. It's, that feels quite expensive, but I'm wearing them 3 times a week. So actually, over the course of time, they've had their time now. Like, they've survived. Great. But so difficult. Something sentimental about that pair of pants.
Oh, there is. And also, I don't, like, pants are expensive.
But that's exactly what I'm saying is, yeah, £12 for 3 pairs of pants does feel expensive because they're pants. But how much do you spend on a meal deal from Tesco's or something?
Yeah, and how much would I spend on a handbag?
Or a bottle of wine or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
But for some reason, some things feel really expensive.
And you hold on to them. It's like, bras are the same. I think bras may be more technical. It's more of a technical thing, isn't it, a bra? Whereas, there's just... actually, this has just popped into my head. With the boys, have you had any clothing that you're genuinely devastated they don't fit into anymore?
Oh, loads. And then when they get into that age where they stop making those sort of clothes and they go from like the cute like younger clothes
like dungarees and sort of rompers and stuff
to suddenly the like teenager clothes and I'm like, oh god, it's so annoying. And then comes the price with that as well, let's not forget. But now I'm in the whole you buy stuff and like very quickly it then doesn't fit, and that annoys me.
So annoying, isn't it?
But then I'm hoarding a cupboard of things that I'm either waiting to give to somebody else or I'm trying to sell or something. And I've still got stuff from when Freddie was a baby, so 5 years ago, which I've been trying to sell for probably 4.5 years and haven't sold it. But I just...
You can't part.
Yeah, and I don't know why. Like, I've done multiple charity runs and I'm trying to sell it. So if somebody bought it, I'd get rid of it. But because they haven't, I'm just holding it.
It's so weird. I went this is a very long time ago when I was like in the zone, living in London, living the high life. I went to a Jimmy Choo sample sale.
Oh, love that. Amazing.
And it was an exclusive one where it was only staff and staff friends. So it was not open to the public at all. And I got some Jimmy Choos in that sale at stupid prices. I mean, I'm talking like, I would say mid-2000s here. So it was at their peak. And I got some epic wins in that place. Like, oh my God. And I spent an absolute fortune. I literally got a credit card out for it. And thing is, like you're saying, my feet have grown. I'm not wearing a 5-inch heel.
No way.
Like, I'd literally fall down. So I've put them on again. Why am I holding on to them? And I'm going, I don't even want Sophia in them, you know? I'm like, I think the bunions you'll get, like all the things you'll get from these shoes, they're not practical. Like, why have I still got them in boxes I cannot get rid of them. I can't do it.
They probably have a good a second sale value though.
Probably.
They'll become one of those things. Like, do you know what I mean?
But I can't. This is the thing. If you said to me, Vix, come on, go get them. Come on, we'll do it. I'm going, no, I won't do it. they literally have to stay there, even though I need the space desperately. Like those shoes have to stay. I bought a pair. This is where, you're really hearing the full Vicks now. Harrods, right? I sound like I'm really like.
I was going to say Jimmy Choo,
Jimmy Choo Harrods. I'm proper like selling myself at a level that I'm definitely not. Definitely Aldi. But when I lived in London, I worked for a charity, and they were doing a gig. There was some sort of charity event with Harrods. It was something to do with Harrods. I can remember. Anyway, I went to Harrods for this event. Whatever. No, it's Harvey Nicks. It was Harvey Nicks. That's what it was.
Even more, yeah.
I went into Harvey Nicks, and I was volunteering at the event, getting rich people to give me money. The charity that was, not me. And they had a Disney limited edition, like, event thing going on. Now, as we've all, if you have listened to the episodes, you will know that I'm a bit of a Disney fan. I bought these shoes, right? They were limited edition. There was only 500 in stock or whatever. And I was like, I have to have them. They weren't even my freaking size.
Bought them anyway.
Thought, I mean, in my head, I'm going to get into them one day. When do your feet shrink? I mean, what planet was I on? I've got these freaking shoes upstairs. And I just like looking at the fact that they're 283 out of 500.
What size?
4.5.
Oh, well, perfect for my feet.
Oh, well, there you go. You can have, they're these Cinderella shoes.
Beautiful.
And I was like, I'm going to wear them for my wedding. I'm going to wear them for, I don't know, whatever. And I just, honestly, I can't get rid of them.
But that'll be a collector's piece now. Like, do you remember Beanie Babies?
Yes.
So Rory's mum used to collect Beanie Babies, right?
Does she have the Diana? Does she have the Diana?
No,
one?
I didn't. Like, not something that I was desperately interested in. But you hoard for so long, and you see the peak, the value is so high, you hold, and then it drops. And then she got rid of her Beanie Babies when they were worth nothing, like literally nothing. And it's like
they're coming back in now, though.
Oh, I wish we'd have held on to them.
Honestly, there's that because the whole Jellycat obsession.
Oh, yeah.
And now apparently Beanie Babies are on the rise because this is why I was asking about the Diana one because I think that's the Beanie Baby.
Oh,
it's like a purple bear. And it's got like a little thing. It was when Princess Diana died.
Right.
Apparently that's the Beanie Baby.
That is what I need to find out.
That's what you need to find.
And report back on.
You do. You need to find that purple one because that's the one that'll get you like I'm talking like 4 zeros.
Really?
Yeah. It's mega, mega.
Well, and that is when hoarding becomes a thing, when it comes back around and then it pays, right?
And you go to Antiques Roadshow and then suddenly you've earned all this money. Oh, that's the dream, isn't it?
Do you think you've got something that could do that? But you never know, though. And that's the point of Antiques Roadshow.
No, you don't know, do you? But I'm very unlikely. Unless they're going to have these Disney Cinderella shoes.
So has this conversation inspired you to go and do a summer clear out?
Kind of. I have to say, I'm kind of like, okay, I need to get on with this. I need to get my ass in gear, really. So, yeah. It was a bit cathartic, really, wasn't it?
Maybe I need to clean the windows at the same time because I feel like I'm basically hoarding that dirt as well.
Oh, don't get me started on window cleaning. That's for another episode, I'm sure.
Well, interesting. Let me know what you find.
Yeah. Yeah, babe.
Cheers.